back. I have that car there still untrapped over there. We back. Right there. Figured I'd get out in front of this Dirk situation before the internet get the line. You know what I mean? What's up, Snake House? 2800, what it is. Now we gotta spit the real on Dirk for the internet get a hold of it and get the tangling and twisting the story. You know what I mean? So, a couple days ago, well, shit, let's go back a little longer. About a week ago, Findling put out, well, news got broke, yo, that they was reconsidering Dirk bond because of the lyrics that was used on the jury, that was used to what's the word I want to use? To secure an indictment, right? So the United States government replies and say they want to deny it. Then they come back and supersede Dirk. Now, when they got new evidence, they ain't got no new evidence, bro. There's just another dirty tactic that the feds used that I said they was going to use. Well, I didn't say they was going to use that, but I said they was going to try something dirty. But it wasn't no new evidence. They had enough in the first indictment to charge Dirk with stalking resulting in murder based off the information that they had previously. Now, what most people didn't cover out of that paperwork was they also took out the payment for bounty, which means that the feds don't have no information that money was paid. That's not what they said in the original indictment. In the original indictment, they said after the murder, they went to some restaurant and discussed payment for at least 2 individuals. It's another lie. So when that paperwork came down, I'm like, yo, they my exact words to y'all was, the reason they did that is because the first indictment was in jeopardy. The first indictment was in jeopardy because they used that, what's up, OC? They used that them lyrics. And them lyrics is old lyrics. So what they did was, in order to keep the case going, they went back to the grand jury with the same information, but key factors that was in the first indictment. Findling just filed the motion to the court for bond reconsideration, saying the exact same thing I said. The exact same thing. As a matter of fact, Findling said to this date they have yet to produce any evidence to tie Dirk to the murder other than a text message. Other than the text message that can be disputed. It's not definitive. And then they accused the feds, and I'm going to read the paperwork when I get to the house. Then they accused the feds of trying to downplay the role or downplay the information that they gave the grand jury. As far as the lyrics. Yo, they don't have no case on Dirk, man. Now, y'all know the feds play dirty. So before they lose, they're gonna pull a rabbit out the hat. But as of right now, Findling said all they have is a witness or an informant, and we don't know his credibility. Y'all, most rats give multiple statements. It's very seldom you're going to find a street rat that gave one statement. Most of them going to get about 2 or 3 of them bitches. You know what I mean? They're going to lie 2-3 times before they actually come clean and tell the truth. Yeah, I seen that. OC. He down bad. See, yo, the game plan nowadays, y'all, when it comes down to these high profile cases, is the damage the jury pool with them fucking videos. That's the game plan. That's what they do. That's what they did with Diddy. We just talked about Diddy yesterday. Damn near all Diddy lawsuits been dropped. Like I've been saying from the beginning. I was telling y'all it wasn't about the lawsuits. It was about damaging the jury pool. Now you saying how much they struggling trying to get a jury pool because everybody know about the case. Everybody got a preconceived notion on his guilt or innocence. That was intentional. That was intentionally done. The feds is playing a dirty game with the internet. They're using it as a tool. And bloggers is working. Whether it's directly or indirectly. At this point, yo, if you putting out them wild ass videos, you know the feds watching. So what the fuck, especially if you got a large following, you know the feds watching. So what the fuck is you doing? That's why I don't support none of that shit. I don't watch none of that goofball shit for real. Unless we watch it to refute it. That's the only time we watch it, to refute it. I never watched it by myself. Like, I watch that shit with y'all. But I don't watch it alone. But yeah, y'all. They say Dirk been locked up how long? Since October? They said they ain't produced no evidence yet that tied Dirk to the murder. Other than the informant. Which means that none of them boys told. Not Dee, not Brown Eyes, not Flocka, not Vonnie, not Boney. There's probably some niggas telling in California. But that wasn't the plan. The plan was to indict them guys and get them to flip on Dirk. Dirk was not going to be charged in the original indictment. The feds might have overplayed their hand, man. They probably should have. They thought Dirk was ready to run. So they pulled the trigger on their move. They probably moved too soon. Thinking somebody was going to cooperate. Yeah, it is. It is. They coming down on... They use everything against the black community. That was the plan from the beginning when they was extorting... we already talked about how they extorted social media early on, 2008. Extorted the shit out of social media. Sent them letters. Told them don't tell nobody. Was getting search warrants on their devices without it being signed off by a judge. Then they brought their informants on here. They brought the 1090 Jakes, the wax. Like, yo, all this shit is by design, man. The Charleston Whites. Like I told you, yo, any person with influence that's speaking on other people's cases that haven't been charged is working with the police, man. They're working with the police. Especially at this point. I seen that. They're trying to do Smokey dirty before he die. They're working with the police at this point, man. There's no way you can explain it. There's no way you can explain speaking on another person that haven't been charged. It ain't even in the news. Like I can say if it's in the news that this charge is layman. Hell no. These motherfuckers is bringing that shit to the internet. Look, he did this. He may have did that. Yo, you working with the police, man. That shit ain't enough for debate, man. He's working with the motherfucking police. Yeah, yo. That shit, them niggas dirty. Niggas dirty. There's a lot of dirtball shit going on. But like I said, yo, whenever it's a new tool, whenever it's a way for black people to make some money, they find a way to turn it against us. And then they use black people to do it. That's always been the game. That's what COINTELPRO was. You know, we already discussed that shit at length. They started fucking with my channel when we started exposing that. They find black people, they find sellout black people to work against the black community. And they pay them handsomely. Our problem is we support the niggas. Not knowing what the fuck they doing, or not caring. I don't know what it is. Niggas will still argue with you that Charles White ain't working. At the numerous instances where he showed y'all this man is working with them people. This man the one brought the Nipsey Hussle shit to light. He brought the Mo 3 shit to light. With the boxing nigga. You know what I mean? Come on, yo. People wasn't doing that before they came to the internet. Just implicate people with all type of crimes and shit. But yeah, when I get to the house there, we're gonna go through the paperwork. But it's crazy because Drew Findling said exactly what I said. Exactly. Like that nigga must have, like, yo, watch the video or something. Niggas be mad at me because I be going against the status quo. But yeah, I just have a better understanding of law than most people. That's just what it is. Just what it is, y'all. I done had discovery packets since I was 20, 23. Damn near 40. You feel me? Like, I've been reading that shit. I've been reading up on cases since I was 20. Like, I ain't, you know what I mean? I'm not just a nigga on YouTube talking, man. A lot of these niggas just be talking. You know what I mean? You got CSI study telling me he the hood lawyer. He ain't never even been in the hood. The hood. The fuck? Nigga never had a real case. The fuck make you a hood lawyer? Nigga, you don't know what the fuck you don't know what the fuck you talk about. DJ Academics don't know what the fuck he talk about. None of them niggas. They just be talking. Alright, son. Have a good day. Sure. That is what they do. And I love it. I ain't gonna lie, I will see. Every time they step on, every time they come down on them, I put my foot on their neck. That's the fuck you get for siding with the enemy. That's why I said fuck Shannon Sharp. That man been chose. He been pledged his allegiance to who he rocking with. Stephen A. Smith been pledged his allegiance to who he rocking with. So when they come down on him, I be like, fuck them niggas. Hey man, they knew what it was. What Jay-Z said, man, you knew what it was when you got here. Niggas knew what it was, man. Ain't no love. Ain't no love, man, once you cross that line, man. I don't know, y'all. I don't know if niggas gonna wake up, y'all, because they're attaching money to it. That's how they tricking niggas. They tricking niggas with the money. You can't even get a nigga on your platform unless you pay him. You know what I mean? They tricking niggas with the money. And the outsiders got the money. For the most part. Money and clout is the reason why I don't know if that shit gonna get back to the basics. Everybody on clout. Clout equals money. Clout overrides common sense. Clout overrides judgment. Look how they just exploited Goye, y'all. He don't even realize he being exploited. He think he getting paid. Yeah, man. That boy get exploited like a motherfucker on every platform. He think he getting money. Yo, dumb as shit. Sell Sean Cotton a bitch. Because Sean Cotton know he getting exploited. And that's your artist. You supposed to have his best interest. Unless you moving like the mother niggas. Unless you moving like Universal or some motherfucking body. That man still ain't apologized for getting money Lil Ronnie in that whole situation. Still ain't apologized for Mo 3. You ain't taking no accountability. Niggas ain't even making them. Niggas ain't even making yo take accountability for that. Niggas and then when a question comes up, let them explain it. It is up to the rap. It is like, but that goes without saying. Like, we ain't talking about that right now. Everybody knows that. We talking about the shit that you niggas do. You know what I mean? We talking about you niggas taking accountability for what y'all do. Ask questions and shit. Bringing niggas on platforms, asking about other rappers, other artists, other people they beefing with. We talking about that shit. You don't have to conduct you don't have to do that to conduct a great interview or a great blog or whatever the fuck you vlog or whatever you don't. You ain't gotta do that. You ain't gotta move like that, man. But yeah, if you just came in, y'all, I was talking about Drew Findling just filed a motion in reply to the United States government motion, basically saying the same thing I've been saying for the last couple of days when it comes down to Dirk case. The reason they charged Dirk, you know, because a lot of people like, yo, they hit Dirk with new charges. Yeah, but nobody covered the fact that they took the most important part out. You know what I mean? They got Dirk charged with murder for hire, but ain't no payment. How the fuck can you explain that? So Drew Findling said, like, basically, they the biggest their case. Especially when it come down to bail. Y'all, they saying Dirk used his money and influence to intimidate people or get people hurt. But you took out the part where you took out the payment. You took out the bounty. So, I mean, they both can't be true. Be a lie somewhere told. Or falsehood. Presentation of facts. Somewhere along the line. Yeah, yup. Yeah, you is the one that said that. Fact. There ain't no payment, man. They don't have no proof of payment. So that's another lie that they told to the grand jury the first time. Like, they lied to secure an indictment on Dirk because they didn't have nothing. Like I told y'all before, in the first bail hearing, the only reason they brought up the D-Thing murder is because it was going to be hard to convince the judge with a text message that he didn't deserve bond. It's just more dirty tactics that the feds play. More dirty tactics. A criminal rat. Like, yo, people gotta understand, yo, it's the difference between a civilian snitch and a criminal snitch. A criminal snitch say any motherfucking thing. You can't trust nothing them niggas say. They say anything, man. They got charges over their head. I told y'all, I seen a motherfucker plead guilty to a crime he ain't commit to get a deal. A life deal. Like, this shit crazy, man. Motherfuckers facing the death penalty and told to get life. And lied, though. Like, fuck told, nigga lied. Nigga made up a whole... Nigga put himself on the scene of a crime he wasn't even there to commit. Like, you can't trust them niggas, man. Them niggas say any motherfucking thing, man. They'll say anything. Especially somebody like Jam that just came home for 12 years. He get booked again for a pistol. Now he probably facing 15 to 20. Oh, man, he'll say any motherfucking thing, man. Can't trust none of them people like that, say. Oh, you mess with my connection? Well, when I get back home, we should be straight. Probably got about 20 minutes. Yo, they killing this thing. I just was telling somebody that. Yo, they killing morals and they killing integrity, man. They killing integrity with paying people. Yeah, man. Just look at what's going on the internet. Look at these niggas. These niggas is selling out at alarming rates. These niggas is pushing ignorance at alarming rates. Look at the shit that they got going on. You got they fucking with the live. That shit crazy, right? Because on my end, this shit clear as a bitch. They only do that shit on YouTube. If I was to be riding and recording, then posted, this shit would be clear as a motherfucker. But look at Gene Deal. Look at Whack 100. Look at Big Homie CC. Look at these niggas. All these niggas is putting cases on people. They putting cases on people. And then when they get arrested, they act like, damn, oh, well, you know, I never technically seen nothing. Like, what? So you mean tell me, yo, for 7 years, Gene Deal, you been talking about Diddy did this, that, and the third, and now Diddy locked up for almost for the same shit you been saying, and then you come back and say you ain't never seen nothing? Like, yo, how do you characterize that? You know what I mean? Like, yo, how do you characterize that, man? Like, what is that? That's a Whack doing now with Big U. You sit there and paraded loose cannon on all, putting all these crimes on them. Now you come back and say loose cannon lying. Loose cannon made that up. I thought he was making it up. Nah, nigga, you knew what the fuck that was, nigga. That shit was pre-planned, nigga. Ain't nobody letting you back away. They think we stupid, y'all. That's really the bottom line, for real. If you pay attention to how these people move, they think we stupid. Shit, a lot of us is stupid, for real. I'm gonna be totally honest. And they just preying on it. They monetizing off of it. Getting rich off of it. Niggas keep interviewing 607 out. Like, what the fuck? Like, yo, this nigga's a fucking cornball. He's out this bitch supporting motherfucking dope fiends and crackheads and people that got mental health issues. Like, how the fuck is Shamar thing? Like, I'm like, yo, why the fuck do you, like, yo, how the fuck that fuck is made? Like, yo, come on, man. Like, yo, they only do that shit to the black community, man. You don't see that, yo. You don't see this type of behavior from no other group of people. They wouldn't allow it. They wouldn't allow it. There's no way they allow a white Shamar, a white Charleston White that attacks his people. That's all Charleston White does is attacks his people, and dumb niggas be like, yo, shit, I'm saying, yo, missing the message. Like, yo, what the fuck you talking about? You ain't figured out this nigga ain't got no message yet. This nigga been on the internet 5-6 years yet. You ain't figured out he ain't got a message yet. Nigga message is to get rich and fuck niggas. It's the only message. Don't give a fuck what he say. Yo, you can't be hypocritical and be a messenger. There's no way. You gotta live what you talk. If you ain't living what you talking, then what the fuck? You wasting breath. I ain't trying to hear that shit. I know I ain't. That's why I don't fuck with Umar. Talk all that black queen shit. You got black daughters, you ain't been around. Nigga, fuck out of here. Nigga, he's a bozo. Man, I listened to that nigga for this long. Fuck, you got daughters, black this, black that. You got 2 daughters you ain't seen. 2. Not 1, but 2. Like, nigga, doors don't even know each other, nigga. What the fuck I would be on this bitch talking how I'm talking and I ain't an active father. You know what I mean? I'm talking about stay in your kid's life and do all this shit. The whole time I'm out this bitch, I'm out here living a total separate life than what the fuck I be talking. It's crazy, man. What you mean? I ain't hating on them. I'm saying we supporting ignorance. I'm saying we supporting fuck shit. I ain't hating on them niggas. Yo, the telling the truth can never be considered hating, man. We not supporting ignorance. We ain't supporting fuck shit. I don't think I lied once. What's up, King Hayes? I think everything I said can be proven. Charles White and Whack 100 ain't the first people that came online speaking on other people's cases that have been charged with, or other people's situations that haven't been charged with a crime. Them niggas, they wasn't the first niggas putting cases on niggas. I don't think that's hating. I think you can go back and go and look at the footage. Like all that shit facts. K&N, what it is? I'm almost back home. I'll be home in like 5 minutes so we can get to the paperwork. Live real long. But instead of when I got home, my connection issues, but I only got an hour for real. Yeah, we just talking about Dirk case, y'all. How the feds pay dirty. Drew Findling responded, and I wanted to get out in front of it before the internet, like niggas like Trenches News, get it and start lying and shit. Like that's why so many people be misled. Like the people that niggas is getting information from, niggas don't know shit, or they lying, or they pushing an agenda. Like they're not interested in truth. Like we interested in truth over here. Like I ain't trying to put on a good show. You know what I mean? Now we gonna laugh and joke just because that's me as a person. You feel me? But I ain't on this bitch create no character. I ain't on this bitch trying to make a person look worse than they already looking. I ain't trying to help damage the jury pool. You feel me? Like, nah, I don't know. We gonna stick to the real. We gonna stick to the facts. And the fact is, you let Drew Findling tell it. They don't have no case on Dirk. They don't have no evidence on Dirk. They don't have any evidence. They got a text message. Got a fucking text message. But we know the feds lie. You know what I mean? We know how they operate. They might make a witness. Give them all the facts. You know what I mean? That's the type of shit they do. Give them all the facts of the case. Make it seem like he a star witness the whole time. They don't even know this nigga. Where the fuck yo come from? That niggas be in court like that. Don't nobody know yo? Nope. This nigga know everything about the case. Look how they doing Melly right now, man. They doing Melly greasy, man. Greasy. That ain't even the feds, that's the state. How you gonna make that man wait another week to get a response on bail? Man been locked up long enough. You should already came in there with a motherfucking response. The fuck? Like you really needed more time to fucking go over the evidence? Like, god damn. You had the case for 2 years. But that's just because the prosecutor's playing dirty, withholding evidence, Shit that they do. Yeah, for real, bro. Like, yo, that shit that's going to Melly. What Melly is wrong, man. On so many levels. And then some nigga so stupid. I'm saying, well, but he did it. Yo, well, he haven't been found guilty of it. At this point, he almost dealing in time served. The fuck? They allowed him to go to 7 years. You can get that nigga 15. Okay, you get that nigga 12, he had time served. But see, that's the game they play when they don't have a case. It's another game. Like, it's a lot of games that it's loopholes in the system. And these people know how to find them and exploit them. That's always been the game they play when they ain't got a case. They just gonna hold you in that bitch. Illegal as it is, they get away with it every day. They just gonna hold you in that motherfucker. Keep postponing your shit. That's what they do, y'all. I'm ready to pull up now, though, so we can get to the paperwork. Get to the paperwork. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. If you can't support the platform, man. Cash App Baltimore swag, man. Somebody gotta keep it real. Gotta start supporting real, man. The fake be getting a whole bunch of support. Them niggas be lying. Niggas be cash app and niggas to be lied to. I be tripping out that shit. Like, yo, y'all really said this motherfucker buddy. Yo, this bitch lying like a motherfucker. Nigga ain't giving no real information. I think I might get $500 sent over that bitch. Damn. Ready to start lying too? Shit. It's a motherfucking incentive to lie. What the fuck am I doing? Fucking over this bitch trying to be honest. Geek. No, I'm joking. I do be thinking like that sometimes though. Niggas motherfucking pay. Niggas pay niggas to be lied to. Is we clear now? Oh, they fucked us over on the ride home. Is we clear now, y'all? We straight? Oh my God, he got a dumbass. Who told you my hair wasn't washed? What if I told you I washed it this morning? Would you be surprised? Oh, he said it was decent. Alright, so let's get to the paperwork. My man Alvin sent me this last night after we got off live. Well, I ain't see it till we got off live. But I ain't seen nobody cover it yet. So we gotta get on top of it for the live start. By the end of the day, it's gonna be lives all over the place. That's page 2. Page 4. Fuck is page 1 at? It's by page 1. Defendant Dirk Banks, through his attorney Drew Findling, Marissa Goldberg, Jonathan M. Brayman, and Christy O'Connor hereby files this reply in support of his application for reconsideration of detention order in this matter. That's just the The reply is based on the attached memorandum of points and authorities and files and records in this case, and such further evidence and arguments as the court deems appropriate. This was yesterday. They dropped this yesterday, May 6th. Alright. On December 12, 2024, this court held a detention hearing and ultimately ordered that Mr. Banks be detained based on two factors: danger and flight risk. On the issue of danger, the court relied primarily on facts presented in the first superseding indictment. The issue of flight risk, the court admitted, was a closer call. As the court is aware, the probation department assessed that Mr. Banks was not a flight risk, but did recommend detention based on dangerousness. Since that hearing, the landscape has shifted. On May 1st, 2025, the government filed a second superseding indictment, which removed two major allegations from the first superseding indictment. First, it was removed that Mr. Banks' song lyrics somehow glorified the murder of SR. And second, it removed the allegation that Mr. Banks directed others to pay or be paid a bounty for the murder. Importantly, the government returned to the grand jury and sought this second superseding indictment after, and apparently in response to Mr. Banks filed his motion to dismiss the indictment. Ain't that what I told y'all? It's exactly what I told y'all, man. Niggas be thinking I don't be know what I be talking about. In his application for reconsideration of detention order, in essence, the government effectively concluded that Mr. Banks' central argument in his application for reconsideration that the government presented false or misleading information about Mr. Banks to the grand jury and to this court concerning critical factual allegations. In its response and supplemental finding, the government downplays these changes as immaterial and underdeserving of this court consideration. However, as detailed below, they are both appropriate and of great import in this court review of the statutory factors for release. With the issues of the lyrics and the payout of the bounty altogether abandoned, no payout, nobody got paid. What remains of the indictment is a weak patchwork of unsupported and non-specific allegations against Mr. Banks. This watered-down new indictment, coupled with the robust bond package proposed here, tips the balance in favor of Mr. Banks' release pending trial. Argument: the weight of the evidence has changed since the initial detention. 18 U.S. Code requires that the court look at the weight of the evidence against a person to determine whether there are conditions of release that will reasonably assure the appearance of the person that's required and the safety of any other persons and the community. With the new indictment in mind, the alleged weight of the evidence against Mr. Banks is significantly weaker. First, the second superseding indictment removed paragraph 6 of the introductory allegations. In the first superseding indictment, which relied on lyrics from a song to allege that Mr. Banks somehow celebrating or commercially glorifying the death of SR, this was a hotly contested issue at the detention hearing. With the second superseding indictment, the government has now conceded the issue entirely. Despite the fact that it took up a significant portion of the detention hearing, to be clear, the inclusion of the now removed portion referencing songs' lyrics were more than immaterial fluff in the first superseding indictment. The government absolutely intended that section to illustrate direct involvement in the alleged murder for hire. And what I say, didn't I say that about the it's depending on how they use that song? Remember what I said? That what needs to be done is that Dirk lawyer need to get the transcripts from the grand jury indictment, and depending on how they use that song would depend on if this case need to be thrown out. So he's talking about the bail hearing. The government absolutely intended that section to illustrate direct involvement in the alleged murder for hire, and more importantly, the knowledge of Mr. Banks of the alleged offenses through some sort of musical confession. The government has now been proven wrong and has removed the reference, substantially depreciating the weight of the allegations. Of equal or even greater import, The second superseding indictment removed paragraph 9 of the original indictment, which alleged that Mr. Banks directed others to pay a bounty for the killing of SR. This material change also significantly impacts the court's calculation, as this court in the initial detention hearing specifically cited the government allegation that Banks exercised control of others and that other people acted at his direction to find dangerousness. Although the allegations are not that defendant personally pulled the trigger, the allegations are that defendant exercised a significant amount of control over other individuals in that page 4. Those individuals were acting in his direction. Now, with the payment of the bounty allegation withdrawn from the indictment, the foundation of this court conclusion has been materially undercut. Outside of the allegations in the new indictment, the government can only point to an ambiguous and unsubstantial piece of evidence, i.e., one singular text message subject to a variety of interpretations alleged to have been sent by Mr. Banks. No other specific or direct evidence have been provided to date, including any evidence showing Mr. Banks' alleged control of others. The government continually refers to in the previous indictment and in the arguments before this court. The bulk of the government's contentions include its own profit generalizations that seemingly come from an informant whose veracity and credibility has never been subject to challenge. To support this false notion that Mr. Banks is or ever been a danger, while it is true that the second season indictment also added an additional charge of stalking, the addition is immaterial to the question of detention as allegations already existed in the first superseding indictment. What I say? There's no new evidence. They could have charged him with death by stalking in the first superseding indictment. He said everything I said originally. No new allegations are contained in the stalking charge of the second superseding indictment. Mr. Banks has filed a robust bond package which outlines a variety of conditions to secure the safety of the community and ensure that Mr. Banks complies with all conditions imposed by this court. One of the conditions that Mr. Banks proposed was the use of 24/7 licensed security company. This court expressed concern that the presence of a security company providing security for the defendant is not going to address the significant concerns with regard to safety of the community here, because the security company would be acting at the direction and under the guidance of the defendant. The government argued that security would be of the defendant. The government argued that security would be present for the physical protection of Mr. Banks. To clarity, the purpose of the security company detailed in the bond package would enforce the terms of the conditions of the bond set by the court specifically. If there is an order regarding curfew or home confinement, the security company would serve as a prophylactic measure to ensure Mr. Banks' compliance with those conditions. Put another way, security company would be holding to this court, not Mr. Banks, though he would be the one footing the bill. Both Mr. Banks and security company are well aware of this agreement and will provide specific plan regarding the line of communication to the court and or pretrial services the court allows release. With this check in place, Mr. Banks posed no danger to the community or of fleeing the jurisdiction, as non-compliance would trigger the immediate alert of the court. Conclusion. Wherefore, based on the change of circumstance created by the second superseding indictment, as well as the significant bond package that includes stringent conditions that will properly rebuke the presumption that he is a danger or flight risk, Mr. Banks respectfully requests this court release him on conditions pending trial. What you mean if we mess around with weapons if you're not prepared for the trial? I mean, if you're not prepared for the time. You don't just sit down. Like, you think you're supposed to just sit down once you get locked up? Fuck no, you gotta fight. What you talking about? You don't just get locked up and just say, well, send me to jail, I'm ready. Man, fuck no, we gonna fight this bitch out. You gonna file a motion, I'm gonna file a motion, we gonna figure this shit out in court. Like, that's how this shit go, bro. Like, what the fuck y'all be talking about? Like, be saying anything for real. But, basically, this shit what's up, Rob? This shit we already talked about, man. Shit we already talked about. It just got verified through Drew Findling. They don't have no evidence on Dirk. All they have to date is a text message, y'all. A text message, and I think Jam over that bitch talking, but nobody knows, like Drew Findling said, how credible is Jam? His foot ain't been put to the fire yet. I mean, he haven't been cross-examined. What's up, Tony? He haven't been cross-examined. We don't know if he's telling the truth or not. But what's crazy, what's the biggest thing in this document is the fact that they took off the bounty. So what led them to believe that money was paid? Who told them that? And why are they backing away from that position? Yo, that is a valid question, yo. That is a very valid question. Why is the United States government backing away from the position of a bounty? And if they knew it wasn't ever a bounty paid, why the fuck did they deliver that shit to the grand jury? Why was that in the first indictment? I'm telling you, it's a lot to talk about. I don't know. I know the feds play dirty. They're gonna try something dirty. I know that for certain. Yeah, man. So I don't know if they're gonna get a bond, but when it come down to the case in far as guilt versus innocent, it don't look like they got no motherfucking case. You know, they might do something. You know, they liable to do something. I just don't know what they're gonna do next. At the last bond hearing, they broke out the D thing shit that he haven't been charged with. They might try to hit him with that, you know, just cause. This bond hearing, they hit him with a new superseding indictment. But the reason they supersede him, and this is what I want people to understand, this is the same thing Drew Findling said. The reason they supersede him is because they lied to the grand jury. So, in order to deny him bond, right? Because, you know, that was going to be a key point of contention. Y'all lied to get this indictment. We trying to get the bitch tossed out. You feel me? So what they did was to say, all right, yeah, we lied. You got us. We lied. We overplayed our hand. So we're going to get another indictment. Just in case this indictment get overturned, the first one, we got him sitting on another one. Same case, same charges, no new evidence. They could have charged him with stalking in the first fucking indictment. You know what I mean? They could have charged him with stalking in the first indictment based off the information that they gave. If we don't even know if it's true or not, these motherfuckers lie so much. You don't know what's true when the government get to talking, man. It's been making up shit. Lying, trying to make a person seem worse than what they is. They not even the government, all the state's attorneys do. That's why I can't stand them. All they do is lie, make up shit, and make you look like a motherfucking menace to society. You know what I mean? But Dirk go to court what? Tomorrow. Yeah, Dirk go to court tomorrow. We'll see what happens. May 8th. May 8th. I don't know if they're going to give him no bond. But I think the judge, at this point, the judge see what's going on. Like, y'all overplaying y'all hand, man. Y'all don't got the evidence that y'all saying y'all got. They ain't got it. That's why they sent Loose Cannon over that bitch. Dirk better stay the fuck away from Loose Cannon. I'm trying to tell you. Yo, Dirk better stay the fuck away from Loose Cannon, man. Don't say shit to that boy. But I think Dirk's smart enough. He got his father around. His father know the game. His father know the niggas is telling on you, man. And they put a nigga in your cell. They did it to the dude in a D-Thing situation. They put an informant in his cell. He get to talking and shit. Only problem is they can't use that against nobody else. You know what I mean? That testimony can only be used against him. He admitted guilt to a person. You can't use that against anybody else and say, well, since he said this to him, that they gotta be true. Fuck, that nigga say anything. Niggas lie like a motherfucker in the joint. You gonna run across the biggest lies in the joint. Yeah, for real, he gotta stay the fuck away from Loose Cannon, man. I think that was intentional. Stay the fuck away from y'all. They say Dirk didn't even know about that phone call. Like, he didn't know that they was recording. And it was gonna get put on YouTube. The fuck away from that nigga, man. That nigga dangerous. Loose Cannon gonna sink everybody's shit. Straight up. But what else I wanted to say? Basically, y'all, this is the shit that we was talking about. You can go back and look at the videos I did when I spoke on this. I said exactly the same thing Drew Findling said. Exactly, like damn near verbatim. You feel me? Because that's what it looked like to me. It just looked like it was a rush job. It was something. It looked like something they did because they got caught. They got caught lying. They always do some sneaky shit. That's what they do, bro. That's what the feds do. See, I don't give the feds credit like these other niggas. Yo, they got a 90-something conviction rate. Man, fuck no. They because they be lying. Fuck you, mate. Like, when people give them credit, like, they just got these awesome prosecutors and they play by the book. Fuck, bro. Them niggas be lying. They be falsifying evidence. Nigga, I could get a conviction rate that high if I was a fucking prosecutor and I moved that way. You feel me? Like, anybody, like, they're not doing anything special. You know what I mean? People get to, yo, they're not doing nothing special, man. They just lying and making up shit. And then the laws are so geared towards them. So it's like, you almost got to prove your innocence. It's like they grab you, you're already guilty. Now you got to prove your innocence. It ain't vice versa. I don't do that shit, man. Like, I don't praise them niggas like that. Yo, look, they 98%. Yo, but why are they 98%? And what about the 7% or 5% that get overturned? Nobody talks about that. Federal cases get overturned, man. More federal cases get overturned more than they end in plea bargains and guilty verdicts. Cause they be lying, yo. Fucking the cases up. Look at Old Black case. Old Black still ain't been sentenced. But the internet is trying to convince y'all that they cooperating. Man, they not fucking cooperating. The case is garbage. The fuck that case on the way to get tossed out. Watch. I guarantee you some of them Old Black members come on. Sleep the Raw Dope podcast, man. Make sure y'all tap in. I guarantee for it's all said and done, I don't know what year it's gonna be. Some of them Old Black members gonna come home, man. Because the case is fucked up. Fucked up. One of the worst cases I've ever seen. You got 3 career criminals. 2, you got 1 informant that's on YouTube lying right now. He probably just put out a video lying. Like he's a habitual liar. You got Butter, who he just been like, come on, man. Like, how are these your witnesses? You don't got no physical evidence, basically. Damn near, you only got physical evidence on probably 1 or 2 people. You know, guilt is determined separately. Like, even though they all locked up together, you got to determine guilt separately. Some of them guys, they ain't got no case on them. No case. Like, no evidence. No witnesses. Like, no nothing. And they end up facing life in prison. You got a witness that got on the stand and said she was coerced in the saying Muwap was there. Like, come on, man. You got grainy video footage that you can't see who anybody is definitively. Enough to give a motherfucker life in prison. Man, that case is in doubt, man. Yeah, people don't like to hear that. People want to say, I'm saying, but they did it. Yeah, but can you prove it? Can you tell? They don't even have TZ. They don't have D-Thing calling anybody. They don't have the people that TZ called calling anybody. So how the fuck can they say that TZ, like, how can they say TZ dropped the location where they don't have the evidence that who TZ called O'Block? There's no evidence to say that shit. No, DC, look, there you go. Yo, their sentence got postponed 5 times, bro. They gotta sentence him eventually. The fuck? I mean, but yo, your sentence don't get postponed 5 times in the feds. Your sentence only get postponed 5 times in the state. It's a reason their sentence is getting postponed, man. Because they're still going through the post-trial motions. They're still trying to determine what evidence was worth putting in the case versus what should have been tossed out. Watch, you gonna see. Wait till the case get put into the appeals process. You'll see. If you think I'm just talking. Come on, y'all. When O'Block got found guilty? 2 years ago? Wasn't that 2 years ago? They're getting sentenced at the end of the year. So at this point, it's going to be down there 3 years since they got found guilty. It's not how the feds work, man. Feds get you in and out. In that bitch, 2 years max. It don't take 3 years to get sentenced for a crime. Unless you ride low and you working with them people. But ain't none of them old black boys tell. Then you got people pushing the narrative talking about TZ threw everybody under the bus. Yo, you cannot throw nobody under the bus in emotion. That's the same shit niggas try to do to tax tone with Troy Ave. Yo, emotion is a fucking motion. Nobody gets thrown under the bus. You can't take emotion to court and be like, look, the lawyer said this in emotion. He's saying he put the blame on us. Yo, that's not how that works. Niggas keep talking. Yo, T's ain't throw nobody under the bus. He trying to get out. Ain't no proof I called O'Block. Ain't no proof I called any of them niggas. Where's the proof? You got me calling this guy. You interviewed this guy. You don't got him calling anybody. So who the fuck called O'Block? You got to prove that, man. You can't just have me on the phone saying I did this, that, and the third. That shit, I could have been lying. That shit got to be backed up by evidence. You don't have any evidence that he called nobody. That called O'Block. But niggas, you got bloggers saying that, no, yo, Teezy throwing them under the bus. What the fuck, yeah? You can't throw nobody under the bus in no fucking motion. The fuck you talking about? Niggas be saying anything on the internet. It's emotion. Y'all shit can't be used against you in court. That shit is between you and your attorney and the judge in the prosecution. That's it. It has no burns on other defendants. He ain't tell it to the police. Told it to his lawyer. His lawyer, but he probably didn't tell his lawyer. His lawyer probably just wrote it up. Like I was mad how they did tax tone with that Troy Ave shit, man. Talking about tax tone a rat. This is the whack 100, the biggest rat. How the fuck tax tone a rat? Tax tone court 30 years for a case that if he was in Florida, it'd have been self-defense. Troy Ave got caught with 2 pistols, facing 15 years, caught a year. But tax tone a rat though. Man, niggas crazy. Troy Ave the rat. Taxon ain't even testify in his defense. Yeah, something ain't right. I mean, it was not right in the O'Block trial where, yo, they fucked the case up. Fucked the case up, yo. Like I've been telling people, O'Block trial went federal because it couldn't go state. It wasn't. People made it about the Gold Coast. It happened in the Gold Coast. No, that shit wasn't about the Gold Coast. Yeah, the Gold Coast put more pressure for them to solve it. But the reason that shit went federal is because they didn't have no witnesses. Think about the O'Block trial. They didn't have no witnesses. None of them niggas could have testified in state court. Not Butter, not Trenches News, not the other nigga. None of them, they didn't have 2 witnesses. Nobody that can pinpoint them and say they did anything. See, the feds can use hearsay. That's the difference between the feds and the state. The feds can use hearsay. State can't. You gotta be a real witness. Nah, hell no. Nah, hell no. Troy Ave started the beef. He testified to it. Troy Ave said, well, he testified to it. You know, he think he's slick. He really was sounding stupid. But he testified that when he got into the fuck that shit was in New York. When they got into there, they seen tax tone from across the room. They approached tax tone. Banger looked at Troy Ave. Troy Ave said he winked at Banger. Banger stole tax tone. Tax tone shot him. Troy Ave got his man killed. And niggas said he got his man killed. He crashed his man out. Just snitched on the nigga. Like Troy Ave, one of the worst. Then told everybody the streets was a myth. No, nigga, the shit you living is a myth. He told people the streets was a myth because after he crashed out Banger, he thought that his homeboy supposed to took the gun case for him. Nigga, what the fuck? We just say how you carry Banger? Yo, Troy Ave crashed out Banger, then made it all about itself. That shit was disgusting. I'm like, this nigga a clown. You killed that man, yo. You ain't not once even like, yo, that shit was disgusting, yo, what Troy Ave did with Banger, man. That was disgusting, man. That's why my song started going at him. If y'all can remember, that's when my song, from what I remember, first popped on the scene. He was going at the Troy Ave because Troy Ave was on some bullshit. What's up, Biggs? Like, you crashed your man out and you bragging about it. Your man is dead, bro. You bragging about it. Like you did something honorable because you was running through the club shooting. I don't even think he hit nobody. They got caught with a firearm but snitched. Why would you take the firearm with you? Like, yo got caught with the firearm. like he hold it as a trophy. That shit was stupid, man. Troy Ave dumb as shit. Dumb ass nigga. He thought that shit was a trophy. He locked his dumb ass up with it. Now he think his homeboy's supposed to take the case. No, nigga, you nigga ain't taking that case, nigga. That shit. You the one ride around with 2 guns. But he don't want to go to jail either. Yeah, they attacked him in there. Now, Taxstone was vocal about on the internet about his dislike for Troy Ave and rappers and shit like that. But that day, when all that shit went on, Troy Ave and them approached Taxstone. If he was in Florida or Atlanta or Texas, that shit would have been self-defense. But Banzo was in New York. And then Troy Ave turned around and sued the fucking establishment. Like, your bitch ass that started this whole thing. You started this whole thing, got your man killed, turns around, sue the establishment, then turn around and rat. Like, man, Troy Ave one of the worst. I didn't even realize how dirty he was until I just thought about it. One of the worst niggas we got. Then told everybody the streets are myth. No, the streets is real. Niggas die with this bitch. Mothers is mourning. Motherfuckers catching life. Ain't nothing no myth about no streets. Now, we have been sold a dream of this street life and how fruitful it is, but to say the streets is a myth, nah, that shit ain't no goddamn myth. Niggas is out this bitch getting motherfucking ripped to pieces. What the fuck you talking about? Niggas ain't coming back. They dead as a motherfucker. Niggas ain't coming back. Niggas is dying and ain't coming back. I don't think nothing mythical about that shit. I don't think nothing mythical about that shit, for real. But I ain't gonna make this live long because I gotta go. I gotta go to work in the morning. In a minute. Shit, I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody that tapped in. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Make sure when you start seeing them fake videos coming out on Dirk, make sure y'all be in the comments like, nah, yo, that's not what happened. It's not what happened, y'all. My man Keep It G News already gave us clarity on the whole Dirk situation, y'all. So when Trenching News put out a video in probably 30 minutes or an hour, lying and shit, yeah, make sure y'all go with that bitch and be like, man, why the fuck we keep lying on Dirk? Yo, Trenching News is a part of that deep thing case. He can lie about it all he want. I know he is. I know he is. That's why he wanted Dirk arrested for that shit so bad. So he can get on the court and get some clout. He using these criminal cases to build his YouTube channel. Dirty as a motherfucker. But he's stick-up boy, so you can't be surprised. I mean, any nigga that's a self-proclaimed stick-up boy, tell you the nigga don't stand on nothing. You can't even hustle. You gotta rob shit, nigga. Go get some hustle, nigga. Hit the block, nigga. Fuck you taking for? So Trenching News wants Dirk booked for that deep thing shit so he can testify and he can be all in the case, and now people can go to his channel and check him out, and you know what I mean? Yo, using snitching to boost his YouTube channel. That's what he doing. Dirty bitch. For real? Yeah, that's how they've been doing that shit a lot lately, Rob. And the reason I know for a fact that it's Trench's News is because when Trench's News first reported on the deep thing shit, he gave information that wasn't in paperwork. He talked about the jail phone call that wasn't in paperwork. At that time, only thing we knew was them niggas was locked up for murder for hire. We ain't know nothing about no jail phone call that one of them guys got caught on. Not the guys, but one of the guys' homeboys got caught on. We ain't know nothing about that. Trench's News knew. How the fuck you know that, bro? That wasn't in the case. That wasn't in the paperwork. That shit came out a couple days. That shit was in sealed documents. Shit was in sealed documents. That shit just got unsealed at the bail hearing. You feel me? Yo reported all that shit 2 years ago. Yo reported on that shit 2 years ago. That man part of that case, man. That's why he wanted Dirk book for that shit so bad. That's why he been pushing that shit for 3 years. But make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. It's another day of Keep It G News, and I'm out.